good morning, Glampers. We have a interesting weekend ahead of us. We are going to go ahead and try to camp. We're going to head to Lima at a metro park.
Yeah, Ottawa Metro Park.
Something a little different with this one is that this park is a first come, first serve. So we're not really sure how that's going to work out. So
we hope we get a site.
Yeah, we're going to try to get there a little early. So there was no booking or anything like that. But we are juggling a few things, and that's why we're here in the bedroom. Is that we initially planned to go there for a wedding, and then kind of the weekend is unfolded into other things. So we're overpacking because I have to do some work on Saturday morning. I have to drive back this direction and beyond to go do a job Saturday morning. And then also we have to scoot right back for the wedding.
Right, try to get back, at least make it to the reception. Really good friends of ours, his son's getting married.
Yeah, so we're kind of like juggling a lot of things. So we're going to take the camper up today, drop it off, get set up, and we're probably going to go over it and kind of enjoy spending time with that family a little bit and hanging out. But then tomorrow morning, I'm not sure how much filming we'll do, but
we'll try to get a little bit of what she does. We're going to try to video some. She's doing a sports league. She's a photographer. So we're going to try to video some of that to see how that works. And then we're probably going to get some of the reception, videotape some of the reception, us having a good time at the reception, and then more camping. Hopefully end the weekend camping.
Yeah, it's just a little different, but we want to invite you guys to come along with us.
Hey Glampers, so we arrived at the Ottawa Metro Park. The park was full. We did not get there early enough, and my guess was we probably would have had to go in Thursday night, pick a site, go ahead and reserve that site, because you can't pre-reserve it. You have to show up and then put a reservation on a post, which means you have that and just pay for an extra night without even camping that night.
I think when we got there, the last site was like the people were just filling out the
Somebody
ticket.
got there a few minutes before us. So we went with plan B. We looked for a campsite near. We found one literally like 6 miles away. It was called Robin's Nest Campground. We drove there. It was not a place that we wanted to stay. It just wasn't conducive to camping for us. So we found another place called Sun Valley, and they just had us come right over. We pulled into our site, so that's where we're at. We're in about 6 more miles outside of Lima than we expected, but it's really not that bad. It's a 10-minute drive to get into Lima. So when we go to our wedding tomorrow, we're still not far away, and that's really why we come up here to go to this wedding for a friend.
Yeah, we're just mainly here to sleep, having the bathroom, having a shower, being right there around the corner because we don't know how late we're going to be tomorrow night.
Right.
So so we're kind of close, and we don't have to drive all the way back home from Lima.
Yeah, it's an hour. It's an hour away from our home, so we could stay, enjoy ourselves with the party, come back here and sleep. So
yeah,
not a big deal.
Tonight, the family invited us over for the rehearsal dinner, so we're going to jump in with them and just kind of catch up with some of their family a little bit.
This family, the history of this family, and me and Joni, I've worked with this guy for 25 plus years, and they've went backpacking with us. We've watched their kids grow up. Really good family. One of my best friends. So it's a joy for us to see and experience this with them and celebrate this with them. So we're just going to have a good time, just relaxing, camping, and enjoy the party. So.
Alright guys, we are back on the road again. We went from our camping hat to work hat. Now we got to put on a wedding hat. So we're heading back up to go up to the wedding and enjoy that for the day. And then we'll be back at the camper. So one of the things that me and Mike talked about yesterday.
Well, we're kind of using our camper as our hotel this weekend. It's parked in between the two spots we had to go to. We still get to use it to camp, but yet it's not as expensive as a hotel either. So
Yep.
all the amenities of home, and you can be somewhere else where you've got other things going on. So.
All right, so we're heading to the wedding. So we'll see you guys in a bit.
Hey Glampers, the weekend's over, we're back home. We're actually planning for the next weekend where we'll be heading back up towards the Van Wert area. But we had a really busy weekend and really just a day and a half, Friday night and Saturday. Saturday we left our camper at 5 a.m. and we did not get back to our camper until after midnight Sunday morning, almost 12:30. And the question was, do you guys use your camper for a hotel? That's basically what we did. Mm-hmm. I mean, let's face it, your camper has all the amenities that you want with you at all times versus a hotel.
Yeah, and I think it really brought up the conversation for us when we were driving back and forth, because some of the couples were commenting on how uncomfortable the beds were and that they didn't sleep well. And it was like, wow, we didn't have that experience because we had the camper with us. Even though we were probably more separated with the wedding party being where we were, but it was also okay because one, we weren't in the wedding.
No,
we were
friends.
we were just there as friends. So it was kind of like, it still gave us a way to go back where we didn't have to drive all the way back home after the wedding.
Right,
So,
instead of an hour drive home, it was only 15 minutes to get to our camper.
so we didn't know if any of you have had that experience. If so, maybe make a comment below.
Yeah.
But one other thing we wanted to share with you is when we did Sunday pack up to leave, I noticed that there was some like running water sound with the camper next to us. And we had kind of discovered there was water coming out of all the wrong places that it shouldn't have been coming out of. And it was like, oh my, nobody's here. There wasn't a car there. So we did turn the water off. We called the office. We left a message just to kind of explaining that we did shut the water off just in case it was going to cause more damage or not. But it kind of like brought up the whole thing about what would you do if you were that in our shoes? Would you shut the water off, or
would you have tried to go further and get in the camper and see if there was any damage? Probably not a good idea to get into somebody else's property, but you know, you want to help people when you're out camping, whether they're there or not. You want to be helpful, but also, what can you do, right? So
I think we did the best thing just by shutting the water off and making a phone call. Unfortunately, with it being a Sunday, the office didn't open until noon, so by the time they got the message, hours went by.
Right, and this was a campground that had mostly full-timers that basically live in their rigs here for the most part. So this person, whoever it was, we didn't see them all weekend. They weren't there, and
I don't think anybody saw us all weekend.
Yeah, we were gone pretty much all weekend as well. But just hindsight 2020, what would you have done? So I think that's it for us. We're going to be heading to Van Wert next week. We got a friend of ours. You met him in a video from the Huggy Bear campground before. He's throwing a little shindig at his house, so we're kind of doing the same thing, using our hotel, using our rig as a hotel, and we're only going to be 5 minutes from the party, so we don't have to try to drive an hour and a half home. We can go 5 minutes and sleep. So
yeah, we might see if they're not busy. I think. And I don't know if you know this, but Friday when we get there, we're gonna, if the weather's great, which I think is calling for really good weather this weekend, we're gonna do a family portrait for them, a little session, and something that we haven't done since, we've parted ways when they moved out that way. So we haven't had them get a family update. So we're gonna do that for them Friday. I'm gonna do it for them Friday. You'll just get to watch. And then Saturday, Ryan and Mike used to play on the praise team together, so I'm sure there'll be some little jam sessions with them too.
Pull out the guitar. You never know.
Yeah, I think you should.
Well, we hope you enjoyed this video. We're glad to have you in our glamping community. Please subscribe if you haven't. Happy glamping.